Okay, first things first. Dan here, DSP John and Lift, all that. Can you explain how it's even possible that the video for this car just came out yesterday of us bringing it home, yet today, in the real world, it's almost done? All the people want is the videos immediately after I'm done working. You should be non-stop editing them and getting them out at any time, at any cost. I was talking to my close personal friend Tom Cruise, and he said the second Mission Impossible is done filming is in theaters. There's no editing, there's no sound.
We don't have a Tom Cruise budget.
What? We have all the budget in the world.
Not Tom Cruise budget.
So anyways, obviously we're a month ahead. I don't know how it even happened.
I'll tell you exactly how it happened. So yes, I schedule the videos, I do the filming, I do the editing, and here's the thing. Dan works full-time, and then he does YouTube full-time, and then I do YouTube full-time. But you know what else we like to do? Like hang out with the dogs. And like maybe take a night off, or sometimes parts don't arrive on time, or. So by having the videos not come out exactly the next day, we're not missing videos. We're not a 1 video a week channel. We're like minimum 3, maximum
like Morrissey
6.
Repair.
But that's the thing, right? So when you're putting out,
I was just joking, I really don't care.
But when you're putting out as many videos as we do, you're just bound to get ahead. And part of the problem is you work in the garage so much that lots of times we could double up on videos, like 2 a day, and still be ahead. Because what did we do today? From 7:30 in the morning until, what time is it right now? 6:18, we've been in the garage. So it's impossible
You gotta give her.
to even put out the videos as quickly as you work.
I was just making a joke. I didn't know you get all fired up about it.
And I'm fired up about it. I put the videos out exactly how I intend to.
There's another comment there before we get going. really got you stoked up there.
Did, yes.
There's another guy. Hang on, let me just find in my telephone here. Oh yeah, so this guy, Brian, says, in the video of this coming out, wouldn't it be cheaper in the long run to buy cars from the dry parts of the States where you don't have to keep doing all the rust repair? Yes. No, so obviously,
it'd probably be cheaper to buy a car that was done, actually.
I think that's, yeah. A done car is the cheapest car to buy if you're not factoring in your labor. For sure. The time, the effort, the screw around, the aggravation, I pinched my thumb today really good, all those things don't exist.
For the day.
Yeah. If you buy a done car that someone else has done all this junk to, financially you're further ahead and you're probably enjoying it right away. Now, when you run a moderately successful small YouTube channel that's main source of its content is working on old junk, you can't just go buy done cars. Or else you'd be buying a lot of done cars. I was watching one of Vice Grip's last videos, and he's kind of showing his yard. The amount of cars that guy has is, I'd be upset. Like, it's just so many cars, it'd be like overwhelming.
It must feel very overwhelming.
Yeah, and that guy's always busy, and then he's got a whole other, I don't even know how he sells cars, because people would probably come look at the car just to BS around with them.
Which we've experienced.
Well, us and Vice Grip, we're basically the same.
But that's what I mean, like if we've experienced that, then he for sure has like 30,000-fold.
Yeah, well, that's just it, and that's cool. I mean, you do want to talk to people here and there at a time and place, and you're trying to sell a car, it's not that. But yeah, so I mean, that's, like, I feel like we end up with a lot of cars. Like, we hover in the 20 to 30 car range, it seems like, is kind of a sweet spot. When I get up to 30, I get stressed out and I have to like let some go. But we are slowly but surely collecting more cars that become keepers. And it was always kind of like a split of like, you know, well, now the split's starting to be more keeper cars. That means these ones have to kind of come and go faster, which is...
And it's changing how you're looking at cars to buy as well. Like, we're not trying to look for keepers anymore.
I'm always trying to look for keepers, but they don't always pop up.
But a lot of the cars you wanted on your list are...
Well, as much as I wish this was a 68 or 9 Charger that needed the same amount of work, that wasn't the case. So, but the Nova popped up, so it's either you turn cars down or you get them together and kind of flip them. So that's where we're at right now. But yeah, if you had just a bunch of nice cars, I don't even know what you'd make. Like that video, we literally get one video. You go drop 30 grand on a car, drive around a little bit, bring it home, maybe clean it, do this, change carburetor, do like a few things, get 2-3 videos out of it, and then you're done.
We also don't have the money for that.
Well, long run we do, because it's always more expensive.
Yes,
but
that's true.
You wouldn't, the videos offset the cost of this.
Yeah.
Versus you only get 1 or 2 videos out of a car, well, for us anyways, you're hooped. That's where like, Greasy Mortsky, he really understands it. He'll buy like a cheap car and make a bunch of videos out of it and carry on with life. I don't know, we just film literally what I've been doing since I was 14 or 15 years old, buy relatively cheap cars. Now I will say the cars have gotten more expensive and they've also gotten worse quality. You used to buy a lot nicer car for a lot less money, but that's the way it is. But I actually enjoy it now. Like now, I remember like my first car, that 67 Impala ragtop, and it was like pretty nice. It needed, I think we just did like the rear quarter section, maybe a little bit of floor pan repair, probably did brakes. We put power brakes on it, which was like a big thing. We went to like a wrecker and got like power brakes, because I guess we did to that one. Maybe it was a different one. Anyway, but it was like pretty much all together. I remember it took us like a full year to like get it on the road. And I mean, now it would have been like 5 days. I'm pretty sure that thing would be like done.
Ready to go.
And it was like, yeah, screwing around and all this and that. And that was like, Mer showed me whatever. And I was like, oh, what a rough car and this and that. Now I'm like, that thing would be cherry to find now. Probably like a $20,000 car to start, like it was like a real convertible, like, power everything, SS, like all these options. And now it's like you buy base model stuff that's been in an accident. That's what we're buying for way more money.
And way more work.
Way more work. But, the point I was getting to though, is this work feels, we got this done in 6 weeks, of which I was gone for 2 of them. So in 30 days of hard work, this car went from what it was, kind of like a wrecked junker, to...
Oh, it was a parts car.
It was a parts car. Oh, it was a parts car. To now it's a running, driving, has interior, doesn't have any wiring, but we could wire if you wanted to. Like, it's the point now where it's now, what this is exactly? I was actually talking to Mer about this car. This is like the perfect winter project for someone just getting into it. The hard work's been done, and now you can tinker with the wiring, and if you want to do some exhaust, you want to put like an exhaust kit on it, or if you want to put a camshaft in it, or like those little fun things.
Well, what's nice about it as it sits right now is the hard work was done, but you can see what was done. Like you can see what had to get changed or what had to get fixed. So if it is a first-time project for someone, you can see, oh gosh, yeah, I never would have done that. Or, okay, I can see how he did this, maybe I would have tackled this. Or, like, you kind of get to dip your toe into it.
This is a perfect car if you want to learn a little bit of body work. I don't think I'm going to finish up any of the extra rust. I think whatever there is, it is. I'm tired of fixing, like, it's got little holes here and there, but it's like, yeah, if you're buying this car, you can fix those things. But yeah, like, this is the perfect car to learn on. You can do a couple little patches in the fenders, do a little bit of body work on the quarter panel, you pull a couple of dents if you want.
If you were a shop teacher, this would be the car to buy.
Oh yeah.
For your students for the year.
This would be I always say, if you were a 16, 17-year-old kid that wanted a car, this is the perfect car to buy. You could take it to school, you could work on it, every day while you're there for a year, and then bring it back, you'd really have something.
Yeah.
We put it in gear, it has forward and reverse, that's all we know, but the motor runs, has oil pressure, it's bone stock, nothing crazy, it's 80s stuff, nothing fancy, but it works. And you get the brakes working and a few more things, like that you could literally drive this to high school, which would be awesome.
Yeah. Well, all the heavy lifting and a lot of the heavy expense is done.
Oh yeah, all the big expense is done. Now all the money you have to spend would be if you want to upgrade things, because everything's put on it was cheap stuff I had kicking around or whatever. But no, it's a good unit for someone. It's not us.
I'm very proud of you in the work that you did on this thing. Like, I have to tell you, I feel like this is some of the best work you've done.
For someone else?
Well, yeah.
You want to keep it?
No, I don't. But I just mean, like, you really did take it, like, the gas tank fitting so well and so straight after you had to like heat it up and bang it in and like straighten it back end yourself. Like I honestly am amazed at that.
So this is all coming, but obviously this thing was in a wreck in the back. And, but the frame rails were still straight-ish. I mean, there was a little bit of whatever, but they were pretty good, and it wasn't too bad. So I wasn't too worried about the whole car, but everything else was crumpled, the trunk floor, everything, whatever. And obviously where the gas tank and all that goes. And last night we put the gas tank in, and the gas tank is like, I don't know, half an inch. It fits right in between the leaf springs, which is fine because it's clamped in there, it can't go anywhere. But it fit in, everything fit perfect. It's sticking like right at the right amount for like the filler. Like it's in the right spot. Like, you know, and you can't have too much fudge factor. Like if it's too far forward, well then it's gonna be a pain to fill. It's too far back, well the license plate won't go up. It's either side to side, it's gonna be hitting the leaf springs. So you only have, I mean, half inch to an inch of wiggle room, and it was fine. So I put it in, I was like, well, car's straight enough. I put it all in, so no, this is a nice little car for somebody. It needs some work for sure. I mean, we're not trying to hide anything as the videos come out on it, but we need the money more than we need the car. I went and priced out a storage building yesterday.
I bet that was cheap.
As it turns out, we need to sell the car. And a few cars. We gotta sell a few things.
And maybe a Harley.
Yeah, I should probably get rid of that.
Everyone, I guess we showed a quick glimpse of the Harley in this video or the last video or something. And everyone's like, oh, I forgot you had the Harley. I'm like, oh yeah,
so did I.
had the Harley too.
Last night I'm coming home and I'm like, what can I sell to get some money for this building? And I forgot about that midlife for Harley I bought. I do want to get my bike license. I don't have it, but we'll see. The problem is, I love it. It sounds cool. It looks cool. You know, I dig it. But man, I watched the Instagram compilation accidents. I can totally accept if I get on a bike and I do something stupid and hurt myself, you have caused that yourself. But the people pulling out into traffic, I don't know. And there's some bad drivers, like Calgary. I mean, like we're out of town, so it's not too bad. In town, I do not want to ride the bike in.
Every single person is a bad driver. Like,
well, and things happen fast. I mean, actually this morning we got some seats for this thing, cherry seats for $100. Couldn't believe the deal, but got them, put them in. When I go sell this thing, if they start haggling the price, seats are the first thing coming out because I'm keeping them. They'd be perfect for that little hot rod.
Yeah.
But where's it going? Oh, we had to go. So we're in a small town. We had to go to another small town. But on the way there, we were going like 130, 135 kilometers an hour, which is, I think it's 80, 85 mile an hour, in around there. A flow of traffic, like that's what everyone was doing. We weren't zipping, we weren't ripping, that's what everyone was doing. And that's like, that'll hurt.
Well, and at that point too, if you're going the speed limit, you're the danger in that situation.
Oh man, yeah,
going, even though you're doing the right thing, the people blowing by you, like it is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. My old age is kicking in. I just feel like when you're driving cars and this and that, it's like you're playing the odds. You're gonna get into an accident at some point in your life. If you put enough miles on, eventually, and it might not be your fault. I'm not saying it's at fault stuff, some guy hits you. I mean, it's just out on the road.
Jeff Thisted, he just had a fender bender happen to his super nice car.
Someone hit him?
Yeah, I think that's what happened. It was in his it crushed the back of his tailgate and stuff, and it was actually quite bad. Which is that he lives in that car,
he
camps
put some miles on that thing.
That's a guy that drives his car all over the place. I'm sure he'll make a YouTube video about it or something. But I saw him post it that it was. And he just said, drive safe, everybody.
Accidents suck, especially when it's not your fault. Well, and that's just it. So whatever happened here.
And his is a 56 wagon?
55.
55 wagon.
So I think his name is literally, I drive a 55 on here, isn't it? But anyways, so whatever. Let's say you stopped, he gets rear-ended. It took out the bumper, took out the tailgate, might have mangled up the frame a little bit, but whatever. It's still drivable, and he was probably fine. It wasn't like it was a bad crash. But on a motorcycle, it's probably very different. And that's the way I look at it too, like a 15 or 20 mile an hour fender bender in a car. I mean, you smack up the Nomad, I'd cry a little bit.
Those things are steel.
You take off a fender, it pushes on the door, it beats it up. You take it home, you clout it out, and it is what it is. But they hit you in a leg. Break your leg or something like that.
Well, so one of the, I used to work for the insurance company in Manitoba, and we did so many stats and researches and so much road safety on motorcycle accidents, and it was so difficult to sit there and read through the reports and then try to communicate to people that how dangerous it can be if you're not wearing all the gear.
It's not good. Well, I mean, a guy in the wintertime here at work, he was out skiing, so before Christmas, and had a little tumble, twisted his knee a little bit, and he's still got a limp here, and it's August. And it's one of those things where it was almost better, and he gets out, scooting around, then twisted again now. And this is an ongoing thing now. The doctors are well, your body, you have to do this physio thing, and your body's going to do different things, and it's going to have other muscles that'll take over. And I'm just ugh, I don't want to walk with a gimpy knee forever, or an ankle or whatever. I try and be safe. I know not everything I do, but we have the hoist now, so we're safe under it. I always wear steel-toe boots. We have the gloves, you have the glasses, you have the ear protection, whatever. And it's so now all of a sudden you go out there and whatever, you roll your ankle, and now you're 6 months of that. I wouldn't do well with that.
I roll my ankle all the time.
Well, you're a disaster. But for me, it's one thing, so you get into the wreck or whatever it is, and you survive. It is what it could be a lot worse. But now what? You're on crutches in the garage trying to do stuff. Today I'm under the dash of this thing trying to figure out, in this weird position. You only get so many years of that at the best of times. And when you start factoring in other ways to shorten that. So that's my thing. And you know what? I mean, riding a motorcycle looks like a heck of a good time. And I rode dirt bikes and all that stuff. It is a fun time. But...
And a lot of it is your confidence on the bike too, right? For people that I know for sure are watching, and they've been riding bikes since they were 16, of course you're far more comfortable and you feel more confident and stuff. But then sometimes maybe that's part of the problem, is if you're overly confident. It is what it is. You're on the road. Anything can happen to anybody.
It'll buy me 2 shop doors on the new shop. That's what it'll do. It's pretty good to go in there and talk to the guy, tell him, okay, here's what I want. Well, we're going to have to build it in stages. As money comes in, he's like, oh yeah. So
it wasn't his first time hearing that.
No. Oh well, we'll see if we can make that happen.
Speaking of which, I've restocked a bunch of the shirts.
Oh yes, please buy it. Please buy a t-shirt. So. Danny said she'd double my commission on it. I go from 5 to 10%.
Yeah.
$1 a shirt I make.
That's right.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Not so
So
bad.
If we sell 100,000 shirts, I don't gotta build in stages.
We can pay for the whole shop.
Woo, that'd be sweet. Holy moly. Are we done here?
Well, that was the episode. Thanks for watching.
There's a dipstick over there too.
You've got dipsticks everywhere.
Yeah, I didn't put a transmission dipstick in this thing, and I regret that. I had to screw around with it today. What else do you want to talk about? There's 2 other things. Alan Jackson.
No, I did not want to talk about Alan Jackson. You had 2 things you wanted to talk about.
Oh, I gotta sneeze.
Well, don't do it on camera. Don't do it on camera. I'm gonna lean through it. Oh shoot, I think I was talking it.
It was only a single. That wasn't bad. Usually I sneeze in 3s.
You're like, I dream of Jeannie.
Yeah. Where's the mute button? That was pretty good cover, so I'm a professional.
Yes. You're nothing if not.
No, you had 2 more things you want to talk about.
Yes, and I was getting to them, and then you had to sneeze.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Everything's always about you, and everything's always my fault.
Yeah, that's a clip. I'll have to find that. Maybe I'll edit a video, put that in there.
No, so you were back in Winnipeg, and you were cleaning out the old garage. And you were going through a bunch of stuff, and just the difference of that space to this space.
What's the question?
Well, I don't think there was a question, but you were just feeling nostalgic about it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was out there, so we're, another thing we're doing, we're flipping selling that house or whatever to, again, generate some shop income instead of trying to have that and deal with renters. As it turns out, that sucks. So there's a guy ripping a quad down the front street. So obviously it's a kid, like a young kid, without a shirt.
And another kid.
Wow.
I wonder if that's the new neighbors. Wouldn't that be funny?
Well, they were coming from the other way.
Well, they might be cruising around.
Yeah, day one. But anyway, oh yes, I'm cleaning up shop. So actually at the old shop, so it was small. I mean, it's a 2022 or 22 by 24. It's not very big. And I mean, that's where, I built my first Nova. And I built a lot of stuff, built a lot of stuff in the garage.
Like the original shop.
The original shop, yeah, that I've had first house. And, you know, that's a garage that, it was just a bare bones garage when I moved in. And me and Mur showed me a lot, but I wired that thing. I ran power, I trenched it myself, put the wire in, which was like, I remember like the wire going from the house to the garage was like $250. I was like, holy moly, it was a lot of money. Like, did all that as armor cable. And I think we ran 50 amps of power out there, something like that. Like, not a whole lot, just had one big breaker in the basement. Go there, put a little sub panel in, and I wired in a welding plug and a heater plug, and then a bunch of like, 110 stuff. Then I insulated myself vapor area. I never got to the point of putting a wall board up. And people always, this and that. I couldn't afford it. Like, it was just, that was all the money I had.
Well, and then by the time you could afford it, everything was settled in its place.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was fine. I mean, that was an old garage, 2x4 construction, so you can only insulate it so much anyways. The garage is leaning over and a few little things like that, which I think we're gonna fix up. But anyways, so, but we accomplished, a lot in that little garage, like a lot. And it made me just think, like, you don't need these big shops and stuff, but they sure are nice, for sure. Like the height, I will say, I really enjoy. Honestly, if it was just a single bay, height-wise, I think I'd prefer that versus two cars side-by-side on jack stands. Like, the height is so nice with the hoist in there, and enough room to walk around it, obviously, but this is just, I think, ramped up production like absolute crazy. But, so it's funny, we did that, and then the next garage, we bought the next door house and turned it into a rental and kept the garage. That one I did, I mean, I paid a guy, but we insulated it, all the wall board was put up, if it didn't have any, it was redone, all new electrical, all new, like we ran a new service to it. That one I did properly, and I paid, I think it was $5,000 or $6,000 all said and done. But it was like, you did all that, and it was, so nice, and this and that, and clean, and all new lights, and this and that, and accomplished a lot more. And then it became like the old garage, like, this is lame. And then we come out here, and now I'm like, go back to that. So the old garage, cleaned everything out of it, like the one we're selling. Cleaned everything out of it, I put the Nova in there, and it still felt tight and small.
Really?
Oh yeah. I was like, wow. Like, it's so weird when you get out of something, you're like, I gotta watch. I'm gonna run into something, I'm gonna back into something or whatever. Like, here you just don't have that. It is getting a little cluttered in here. I do gotta go through and throw a few things out. We're coming up on our 1 year. We've been out here, and I was telling Danny, so we're moving stuff at home, and in the old house, actually, the first house, it's funny not saying the address, that's how we talk about them all the time.
Yes, you have to do like the OG house and then the secondary.
But we rented one of those like 20-yard bins in the house I've lived in for 20 years, and I thought we moved a lot of stuff, because at that time, when we moved, I brought truckloads out, U-Hauls out, I threw stuff out at work like crazy and all this and that. We filled the bin. I couldn't believe, filled it. Like, so much stuff. I'm like, this is just garbage. And some of it was decent stuff, but like, it's not worth moving. We're only there for 4 or 5 days. You can't even try and sell it. It was what it was. We dropped a lot of stuff actually off with Mur, and he sold a bunch of things, so it worked out good. But it's just crazy. So I told Danny, I'm like, it's been on the 1 year anniversary, I want to put a bin right out front, and I'm filling it. Just getting rid of stuff. Like, I look around, I see things I already just want to, like, I don't need that. I could throw this out. But it's just, whatever.
Well, that would be a good way to stay on top of keeping the clutter away.
I was talking to Danny, the neighbor across the street, his good buddy has an outfit where he builds garages, but he also like retrofits and stuff like that. I have some ideas of what I want to change in here, but I also, and this is gonna sound like a funny word, but decorate, I want it decorated in here. I keep looking, like, this garage it's beautiful. I mean, it's big and all that stuff, but it's really not my style, and I'm really coming to terms.
It's a little sterile feeling.
Yeah, I'm really coming to terms with that. And I'd like some shelving put up, places I can hang things. I'd like the lighting's good, but I'd like some like old school lights in here, maybe it's just aesthetic wise. Just give it this when we bought this place, the wife drove an Escalade, he had a Corvette, and he had a fancy boat in here.
And he had a giant RV thing.
Well, that's why I just double D for the RV. But what was in here, and that suits it. There's literally a Corvette with a Corvette cover on the Corvette. And I'm like, okay, this garage suits that. But it doesn't suit this. And I have these ideas now of what I want. I've got a lot of pictures and stuff like that. So I want to kind of do that and make the shelving and all that just look more whatever. So yeah.
Well, I mean, we need to just start collecting stuff too. Like, actually, Speedway sent us some super cool tin signs that we want to put up. But then we also have to go at the swap meet. Lots of time we don't look at the signs or license plates or things like that. Where now we have to kind of start looking for that stuff.
That's friggin' Speedway got me good. That's what started it because I want to put these signs up and stuff. But my opinion, no offense if anybody does this, but putting up a sign or a vintage sign or license plates or whatever it is on a freshly painted nice drywall wall just looks so tacky.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this? I want this place to look like an old service station from the 60s and what they would have done. And I'm like, okay, now I get it. So lots of little wood cubbies and stuff like that. I mean, that's what I want to try and accomplish. And I also, as I look at every flat surface I put something on, and there's so much wall space here that we're not using. If you only just go out 8 inches or something like that, you can put so much stuff on it. And I know it's messy. Don't get me wrong. For the most part, I do know where everything is. I misplace tools all the time. I'll be using it, I put it down, now I can't find it. But a thing, if I have that's where my zip ties are in that area, no matter what.
Yeah.
So if they're in this cubby, that's where they are. If it's up here, okay, I know where that is.
Or if it's a zip tie adjacent item, like clamps.
Yeah, I know where everything is for the most part.
And I will say, I needed zip ties and some tools and stuff the other day while you were away. I was legitimately able to come in here and I grabbed everything I needed.
Yeah. It's organized chaos is the word for it, I think. But yeah, there's a few little things I want to kind of go through and get taken care of here.
How was pressure washing all the grime off of the floor?
So I was pressure washing the old new house, and pressure washing the garage and all that. And I was like, I should pressure wash the floor while I'm in there. Okay, I did that. Then I went to the original garage and pressure washed the floor there. Hours. And I only brought one pair of boots. They were soaked, but I pressure washed the whole floor, got all this grime out. It was pretty good. So I got to the end, got a big puddle. I had to shovel it out, kind of let the water out, and then I had just the grime, which I could get rid of. And I just, whatever. And then the next day I came and I got degreaser, and a whole jug, did that, scrubbed it all, and I did it again, and it came out another color. I was like, wow. And honestly, I bet we could do it one more time.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll have the time when we go back. We'll see how it goes. But so we drove out. I drove out with the yellow Nova. So we posted a few pictures on Facebook. People cranky, but so the yellow Nova's out there, and then I moved the Chevelle from the new garage to the old garage, so it's in there. It's just easier to load from there, so I call it tow truck. He moved over there. But at some point, we have to bring some of these Manitoba cars back to Manitoba. That's kind of the way the rules work. And when we do that, though, I'll probably load up the Chevelle and we'll bring it home here, because I'm not working on that thing in that old garage. That's a job for out here. That's probably a September, October thing. So it'd be nice to, because under the Chevelle I couldn't get to right in the center. So I did a pretty good job. And these guys are just quadding pretty good. But it was a lot of work, and it was kind of ugly. So we'll see, but maybe I could load the Chevelle on the trailer. It's empty, because the plan will be, we're going to bring your Chevy 2 back. That's what we're going to drive back here shortly. I'd like to have the 2 Novas in there, so that'd be kind of cool. I had the garage, actually, I put a new roof on it. There's some rotten wood we had redone, so it's all weather tight and everything now, so that'll be good. But yeah, pressure wash it just a little bit more. Mind you, those things leak, so what's the point?
It's getting clean one way or the other.
Someone's doing it. What was the other thing you had for me?
Just your visit with John and Cecil.
Oh yeah, John and Cecil, man. So those guys, I love those guys. I miss those guys. They're one of the things I miss the most.
No, I should clip that and send it to them.
Well, I do miss them. I tell them that. I give them a big hug. I think they think it's weird when I give them a hug and stuff. They're like, oh, thanks. Weirdo.
You are a hugger.
Yeah, I like it. But, so I mean, I see my parents, obviously, you have to, but whatever, but we're going to see those guys. So the one thing in Manitoba we have, which I guess I took for granted because we grew up there, was they do like a Sunday night cruise night. And it's not cruising the coast levels of cars. It's kind of its own thing, but it's every Sunday that's nice from like May till basically September, October, something like that. If it's a nice night out, there's old cars cruising the main drag all the time. And we
just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
And there's people, like there's spots people meet, like certain parking lots and restaurants and this and that or whatever. And out here we haven't had that. It's a car show town out here in Calgary, which isn't really my jam, where you just kind of like park and sit all day and then leave. I like to cruise around and this and that. So that was actually something I missed. I didn't realize I would miss that because I've had it for so long. We didn't go all the time, we go well.
But you always knew you could go on a Sunday night.
If you wanted to, yeah, long weekends and this and that.
And it was good for like going and like testing out a car.
Yeah, doing whatever you wanted. It was great. You go see people and it was...
That's just it. You could go from pocket to pocket and see different kind of groups of people and different groups of cars. Like you could see every make and model in a different kind of area all.
But it was also like you'd see people like I guess that you're friendly with, like you're not friends, you're not going to hang out or whatever all the time, but you can go hang out for a couple hours, catch up with them a little bit, say, oh, here's what's going on, oh, cool car, here's what you've done, and it's kind of nice. You have this kind of easy relationship with like a lot of people, and it's all based around cars, so pretty easy to chat with people. So anyways, that was that. But then talking to John, we went out, and there's this restaurant right in the main drag, DJ, whatever it is. And we were sitting there with him and a couple of his buddies. Cecil was there, and we're just eating some pizza, watching the cars goes by. And John's like, this is it. This is what it's all about, Just it's a nice night out, a bunch of cool cars, cool people, and we're just chilling here, doing whatever. I'm like, man, yeah, you really get caught in the rat race of stuff. And John's a very smart guy. I don't want to get into his life or whatever, but I'm sure he worked very hard as a young man stuff and managed to retire fairly early on in life, and he's really enjoying his time. And I really I think about that a lot, because you can work until you have this number in your head of how much money, but as the money number goes up, sometimes your health and your age is going down, and then you have all this money you can't enjoy. And I mean is it just
barking?
Different people? Do they have a dog on the quad?
I don't know what they're doing.
Well,
I think one of them is barking. I don't know.
Anyway, those guys, and anyway, so we were talking about, but the week before, those guys went to Speed Week. They've never been before. They set some records. Someone is barking. Do they have a dog?
No, it's the kid. The kid is barking.
See, we're not the bad neighbors. Actually, we were talking about it. Our one neighbor, we're going to ask him, but see if he wants to be on the podcast so he can vouch for us. But they'll think it's a paid actor or something like that we're actually good people. But those guys, they went to Speed Week. They had 8 or 10 days down there. They're racing. They're doing stuff like that. There was some issues out there, but they were safe and all that sort of stuff. So that was great. They had a good time, and of course I think it's like you show up and you're just like fast friends with people. It's like kind of like Power Tour. You show up and all of a sudden you're hanging out with this person every day and going for dinner and whatever it is, and then okay, I'll see you later, and you catch up on Instagram, and that's kind of the end of it. So I don't know. Those things are all kind of cool.
I think that is a spot where we don't do well at.
Being nice to people?
No, I mean like taking the time sometimes.
Oh yeah, no.
Which is part of one of the reasons why we were trying to be ahead of videos, because this year we are actively trying to take more time to just enjoy the car.
There is a bit of a rat race to this, and I mean, I would we'll talk about before, where I'd like to do something different with the podcast or the YouTube channel here and there, because it is a lot of work, and it's a lot of hours, and we do give up a lot of things, and we do take time and have road trips and stuff like that, but I'd like to do more, and after talking to those guys, I really see that a little more clearly. But then I also think to myself, you can't, it's a fine line of where you want to go, and I've learned many years ago now, like since we've been here, we've done some things to the house, we've done some fencing stuff, we've spent some money, like we bought a nice lawnmower. like, it has been expensive being out here, but the extra videos and the work and all has offset that to have these nice things. So sometimes you wish you had the time, and that's all fine and good, but the neighbor across the street, he's got an older mower, and it's been out of commission for like 2 or 3 weeks now. He's been borrowing our mower, which is fine, totally fine. You borrow it any day he wants. But you save what you think is a few $1,000s, and now you're in and out of town. He actually got all the parts, put it all together, and then goes out, and then something else broke, and now it's all apart again, and it's this ugly situation.
It's working out really well for me. He keeps washing the mower.
He washes it, fills up with gas and stuff, so it's honestly not that bad for us. But so you get into these situations, and then I've also over time learned the cheapest something's ever going to be, for the most part, is today. So if you want a shop, which I've wanted forever, what it was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 25 years ago, it's always going to get more and more and more. So, you know, you have to kind of do it now. Because if you don't, you're like, oh, let's enjoy this summer, let's do this and let's do that. Well, all of a sudden now it's going to cost you $25,000 more for the same thing, and you're like, holy moly, like it's, then at a certain point.
So how does one find the balance?
I don't know, I can't. I'm way on the working side. I know I am. I have to dial her back. And that's where maybe we got to like write down certain goals, or say, okay, we accomplished this, this, and this. Well, then we got to chill out and do this. That's how my brain works. And I mean, when I get a project like this, it's, I just can't stop working on it. It's all I think about. It's all I want to do. Like I can't just kind of screw around. And that's where, here's my thoughts. You're going to love it.
I feel like that means I'm not going to love it.
You're going to hate this idea. I think we need to go to Manitoba to unwind. So I go to Manitoba. It is hilarious. No, hear me out. Hear me out. It's going to suck in February, but.
For anyone who's wondering, I've been back to Manitoba twice because I love Calgary.
Yeah, so I go back at least once, if not twice a month. And, but anyways, I was there for 5 days. And so I get there, and I don't think it's the wrong way, but there's no Danielle, there's no dogs, there's no cars, like no projects. So I go to work, and you come home and you're just like, so I watch TV series. I'm like sitting there, I'm like, okay. And then I like go out, I hit all my favorite restaurants, do that. I saw John Cecil, saw my parents. I was cleaning up the garage, but now that's coming to an end because the garage is pretty well clean. So it was kind of weird. The first couple of days I was bonkers bored. And then I kind of just fell into this like, oh yeah.
Kind of forced you to relax.
This is kind of what it is. And you kind of chill out and you go with your buddies and whatever. So now out there we're going to have, what the plan is to have at least 2 kind of dialed in cars, like classics, that you can just hop in and turn the key and go. That's with the Nova. Your Chevy 2 might live out there. We have your 57 out there. So those may stay. The Caprice is out there for the daily driver. If you just want to cruise around, it's dead reliable. Hop in, fuel injected, go. Like, it's just, life's so easy. And then maybe we can chill out a little bit.
I almost would liken it to having a cabin.
Yeah, nothing like the Manitoba cabin.
Well, Manitoba is literally cabin country. Ours is just in the city.
Well, you know, it's one of those things, you go to work, and I mean, many times, like, so it's 4 o'clock, I'm headed home, and here I'm like, okay, what am I going to do, this and that, whatever it is. I come home, chill, and then I'm giving her till, it's been midnight all week. I've been working till midnight on this thing. And, but out there, it's like, that didn't happen, and whatever. So maybe that's what I need a little bit of. But then also I'm out there, and I was ready to go. When I came back, I was like, I need to do something now.
Sometimes I think it's important that you need that too, is like the opportunity to like miss what you have going.
I miss the dogs, yeah. I really miss this car too, you're right. How did I forget about that? In my defense, I came home and you were sick for 2 days.
Yeah, that was so weird actually. Literally, as soon as you came home, I was horribly ill.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
I didn't do it on purpose.
I was,
I missed you.
So much so that it hurt. But yeah, I don't know, I guess it's a fine line. I also, my biggest fears is, I do enjoy work, I enjoy staying busy, whether it's day job or here or just anything. I like to be, I don't watch a lot of TV. I like to go to bed tired. And I worry that if I'll fall into the laziness side where you just, you come home, you sit down and you don't accomplish anything. And I know that happens to a lot of people. And then, like I was telling Danny this morning, no offense if you're that person, by the way. Everyone's got their own thing. But we were up this morning early, and we were off, it's probably 45 minutes away to get these seats. We had the seats by maybe 9 o'clock in the morning. And then we stopped for some coffee.
Dirty sodas.
Yeah, dirty soda, we tried that.
Which is big apparently in a lot of the States, but here it's not a huge thing, but we just randomly found a place that does dirty sodas and they were so good.
Pulled a U-turn, went and got it, was good. So anyways, we went and got these seats that are in this thing and got back here. So by the time we kind of had that and screwed around, it was maybe 11 o'clock or something like that. Like the day had already been started. And it was okay, and I think a lot of people, that would have been their car task
of the day.
Well, so then we carried on. I dyed the seats black, I installed them, and that was this much of my day, because I plumbed the fuel system, I rewired this thing, and the wiring was a nightmare, based on how it was. Had the steering wheel off, had that back on, finished painting things. We had the windshield changed, I changed everything under the hood, new plug wires, all this stuff. It now runs and goes into gear and all those sort of things.
While you were doing all that, I was doing merch stuff, I was doing editing stuff, I was doing thumbnail stuff, I was designing new merch, I was pricing out my orders for Christmas and stuff already,
But now it's 7 o'clock or whatever, it's 6 something.
And I now have to go edit this video for tomorrow, well today, so that you guys can be watching it right now.
Yeah, so this is up to date. But now, I'm gonna go around, clean up the garage, do whatever. We'll probably do a little dump run the night, maybe get some tacos or something. And do it all again tomorrow.
Yay.
I want this thing out of here.
I also actually want it out of here. I feel like once it's out of here, your brain might turn off.
Really? Because I'm looking at that blue car and all I want to do is pull the transmission out of it.
Ugh, you know what? I hate this, but while I was sweeping up, I saw you stop and just stare at it, and all I could think was,
No, I want to pull the transmission out of this thing.
It is leaking.
And I want to put the motor in the Model A, just so it kind of looks that way. See what it looks like.
That's exciting.
Well, yeah, do all that, start kind of cleaning up, do what I gotta do. The Blue Nomad needs a little bit, same thing, it got 85%, now I just ran out of energy or whatever it is. And now, so another reason for the videos, because I always, not that I panic, but I want to run out of videos and feel like now I have to make them. But now this blue car, so we have it all together and stuff like that. And actually I was talking to John, sorry John if you're listening here, he gave me a lot of really good advice of how to tune this thing and all that stuff without putting a torque converter in it. The first thing I'm gonna do is put a torque converter in it. So the problem is, and he was very, very clear. And actually, I learned a lot about, well, not a lot, I learned very little, but elevation. So that Nova, the yellow, my 71, it has that 350, it's a 450 horse dyno, small block Chevy, and let's just use some random numbers here, but I had 38 degrees of timing in it out here, and it was very peppy, and it was fun, and it was a cool car, and all that sort of stuff, and I drove it lots, put a lot of miles on it, I was happy with it, I'm great, I can just be in Manitoba now, and it might need a little tune-up, but it's dialed. Hop in here, I drove all night, got there in the morning at whatever, 12, 13 hours later. I go to fire the car up and it's hard starting. Okay, whatever. Boom, it fires up and now it's idling fast. Back it off the trailer, whatever. Well, we're higher elevation, so the lower you are, I guess it's all about this.
Here we're higher.
We're higher in Alberta than in Manitoba. I guess it's more closer. I don't know what it really is.
Science.
I think it's topography actually, but.
Which is a science.
Is it?
Yes.
Anyways, so ultimately,
I think
that timing now is you could put more timing in it, I guess, with our elevation, and 93 octane. So with all those things, actually, we have 93 octane Manitoba at Shell stations. Ooh. Anyways, so fire this thing up, it's running faster, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. And it took me a while to figure it out, but that's all fine. Anyways, I'm going back and forth. I'm driving that thing because I had the trailer on the truck, so I'm like, I'll just drive this around. So I'm going to the Home Depot, and I'm cruising. The thing is probably at 2,500, 3,000 RPM in first gear, and I just flat foot it. And typically here, the thing, it goes, it blows the tires off the thing. I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? It's got so much more power because it's got the timing thing. So now here I'm like, oh, okay, we could really put some more timing in these things. So that's where the blue car came around. I think I have 30 degrees of timing in it with the blower, because on the dyno, we had 30 and then we put like 34 and it didn't really make any difference. And ultimately, this is the advice I had given John to give me. So it's not from him. But I'm like, basically, I just keep putting more timing into it until either it won't start or it starts to rattle under wide open throttle. He's like, well, there's a few more things to it. I'm like, that's what I heard. So he said that, how to tune the carburetor, all this and that. So all that stuff, because this thing now, it's very happy at like 2,500 RPM plus, but it's got a stock converter. It's probably like 1,800 RPM is where it wants to grab. So that 700 or 800 RPM, it's and it goes. So a torque converter would mask that. It would allow it to flash up to the RPM it wants. When really what we should probably do is just spend time tuning it. But, and this is another but, and this is TV stuff or whatever it is, you're on the deadline, you have to have it done by Friday, you have to whatever, you have to have the videos done. So if I spend a week on this thing, taking the carburetor on and off, adding a degree or two of timing, ripping it up and down the road, like, that's the reality now of what this car needs. We can't film that. Like, who's gonna watch that? That's ridiculous. You could maybe put one section of a video like that, but we couldn't have, if we're doing 3 videos a week, it couldn't be 3 videos of Dan changing the jets on the carburetor and putting a few more degrees of timing in it and just doing this and back and forth and screwing around. And like, that's, nobody's watching that.
Yeah.
And it's boring. And not nobody's watching, it's just boring stuff.
Well, and you don't, that's stuff also that you just don't want to film because you're just tedious and going back and forth and whatever. And that just kind of slows you down too. I don't enjoy that part of the car anyways. So, I mean, it's one of those things. So I bought a converter now, just the basic 1-up converter that gives it like, 20, I don't know, 1,800 to 2,400 or 2,200 RPM. So it'll make a difference, needs more tuning and carry on. Plus now we have a hoist to pull the transmission out. Is not actually that, I mean, it's a job. But it's not as much of a hassle.
Oh, it's not terrible, yeah.
You don't have to pull like the whole motor out.
No, I can pull the drive shaft out. I have a transmission jack. We can pull it out. The transmission won't even come out of the car. Change the torque converter, put it back together, bolt it in. I mean, it's an afternoon or something.
That sounds like a good plan.
It's a great plan. Are we done? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Well, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you buy some of Danielle's precious shirts. She's pressing them day and night, trying to keep up with all the orders coming in. You know what? We're behind on videos, but we're up to date on merch. If you order it, it'll go out the next day.
Actually, that's true. Usually, sometimes the same day.
Wow, there you go. So you don't got to wait 30 days.
No, people are actually usually getting their shirt within their merch within 5 to 7 days.
Well, that's pretty good, actually. That's basically Amazon.
I work very hard at it.
Well, thank you very much for watching. Leave a comment below. I'm going to clean up a little bit. Yeah, drive your hot rods. Enjoy life. Like that's really what I've learned the last kind of week or so. Is do whatever you want. Do whatever makes you happy. Life's short. Enjoy it.
If it makes you happy and doesn't hurt others.
They don't know what hurts them. But you know what? Getting the old car doesn't have to be perfect. Get out there, enjoy it, have a good time. I love those things. I mean, I was out in the Nova. I didn't have the nicest car by any means. We're driving around. John was driving this 55 car. That's the original, whole other story. He could tell it. But the originally got into Drag Week was with this 55. That thing is beyond perfect and fast, and everything about it's mint. I had just as good of a time. The pizza tasted just as good. It was a fun time. So go do that. See you later.
Bye.